Yo, what is up, everybody? Teresco back again with another chapter from the story titled Don't Speak of It, written by Sam 1031. Remember to use the links in the description below. Show love to the author, like, comment, and subscribe. Chapter 5. As I made my way back up the hill, a barrage of thoughts started attacking my brain. What if I'm crazy? What if Dale's crazy and murdered his son, and I invited him to my house? What if we're both nuts? How do I explain this to my wife? Do I tell my wife? I decided pretty quickly that I would not be telling Beth about Dale or my little side mission to murder the monster in our backyard. I would keep the Howling Man to myself, along with our fiendish plans to trap and kill it. That was our plan after all. Kill it. I'm not entirely sure how long Dale has been after the creature, as I never had a chance to dig into the details, but he certainly seemed prepared. He outlined his plan to me and how he had acquired a variety of weapons and traps he would be using to kill the creature. He seemed to believe that as long as the creature was focused on me, that he could surprise, maybe trap, and kill it. I couldn't help but notice that Dale kept saying trap the creature, so I corrected him a few times, making sure he meant to say kill. He brushed us off by telling me that sometimes a trap is the best way to make sure something's dead. Plus, we can only kill it at precisely 3:44 a.m. We may need to stall. This was said in such a manner that at the time I simply let it go. As I got closer to home, I couldn't help but get the feeling that Dale was more concerned about where his son was rather than making sure this thing was dead. Not that I blamed him, but my priority was clear. This thing needs to die, and if we are to be successful, we will need to be vigilant when the time is right. I gave Dale the directions to my house, along with some notes as to how he could access the woods directly behind my house without being noticed. He would need to set up his traps while it was still light out, while I pretended everything was normal at the dinner table. Once my family was asleep, I would connect with Dale to go over the plan one more time. Getting the kids to bed was the easy part. I was able to lull Beth to sleep by putting on SportsCenter. I went downstairs, making note of the time. Dale and I agreed to meet at 11:45 to make sure I got back indoors before midnight. The notebook seemed to suggest that the creature only showed himself between midnight and 3:45 a.m., with 3:45 being exit time. Made my way to the kitchen window to see if I could see Dale's signal. Stared out into the darkness, feeling a little afraid of what I might see if I looked too hard. Clock flipped to 11:45, and I saw a light flicker from the woods. Looks like Dale, right on time. I quietly went out the back door and crept through the woods, snapping twigs and branches on my failed attempt at being stealthy, walking towards Dale's light. Dale was dressed in army fatigues and had black paint on his face, like he was hunting the predator. That feeling that I had fucked up swept my body for a brief moment as I surveyed the insanity of the situation I was in. It is pitch black, and I am in the woods with a dude in army fatigues who may or may not have killed his own son. Jesus Christ, I thought. He even had a son. I snapped out of my holy shit moment as Dale handed me a handgun, asking me if I knew how to use it. You ever shoot one of those? Yeah. My dad would take me shooting when I was a kid. I mean, I'm no gunslinger, but I understand the basics. Alright, good enough. Let's get over this one more time. As soon as he shows his ugly mug, you need to run into the woods as fast as you can, understand? Mm-hmm. Are you taking this seriously? This thing will kill us both and your family. We need to be ready for anything, so please, a simple yes will do. We don't have much time. Yes, I understand. I will run into the woods and lure it towards you. That is correct. You will run past this marker, being careful as not to fall into this hole. Dale moved. It looked like earth, but was revealed to be a cover of what appeared to be a 10-foot deep hole. You dug that today? You would be amazed what a man can do when he's focused. What if he doesn't follow me or he avoids the trap? This isn't the only trap. It's the one you need to worry about. You see, that's where I come in. He should be focused on you, so if he misses this trap, I will catch this son bitch off guard and open fire. If he pursues me, I will lead him into other traps. What sort of other traps? What if it's not 3:44 a.m.? What then? That's why this trap is so important, in case we need to hold him for a bit. If that goes well, or if that goes to all shit, we will need to execute option B. Well, what the fuck is option B? That's where we shoot the son bitch until it stops moving, or we run until it's 3:44 a.m. and hope we can get off a kill shot. Either way, probably just stick with plan A. Well, I'm glad you feel like this is some sort of fun thing we are about to do. Fun? You think this is fun for me? You think watching my son get his head chewed off sounds like fun? How about searching for his godforsaken thing every day for your life? Sound like fun? No, Ben. This ain't my idea of fun. Trying to make light of the fact that we are in a fight for our lives. Hell, who knows how many people this thing is fucked with or plans to fuck with. Look, we might be fighting a battle way beyond our comprehension. Shit, we might even be heroes once this night is over. Or we might be dead, Dale. Yep, that might happen as well. Just make sure when you go outside that you run as fast as you can to that marker. Alright, it's go time. Go inside and wait for it. I stood at the kitchen sink, staring out the window, waiting for the creature to show its ugly mug. The clock struck midnight, and nothing. 12:30, nothing. 1 a.m., nothing. 2, and then 3, nothing. Dale, I think something's wrong. It should be here by now. Look, just hang tight. It's not like we have an appointment with it. It will show. Look, maintain radio silence until you see it. I don't know if it can hear us. I sat there, staring into the darkness, half wanting the howling man to show up, and half wanting it not to show up. The smile is disturbing, and this strange feeling wraps around you when it appears. It's an ugly feeling that I would rather not feel ever again. I'm going to kill this thing, or it's going to kill me, but it is not touching my family. My daydream broke when I saw the trees move and seemed to bend to shape. The shape was the Howling Man. It's like it just appeared or formed from the woods. I really don't know how else to explain it, but here it was. It stared at me, smiling, as it seemed to glide towards the window in a series of jerky motions that seemed unnatural. As it got closer, the feeling that it gave off became more intense. It's like all of your worst thoughts and feelings all converging on you in a single moment. Despair is the best way I can describe it. It's not fear or sadness, but more like lack of hope. My moment was coming, and I needed to move quick. As soon as it got up to the window, its gaze locked on mine. I made my move. I bolted for the back door, slamming the door behind me, and ran as fast as I could into the woods. I just ran and never looked back, making my way to Dale's trap. Oh shit, Dale! Dale, it's here, I'm coming towards you. Dale didn't respond. Well, at least I didn't hear anything in my moment of pure panic. I made it past the marker, slid behind a fallen tree, turning myself around to face the beast with the gun pulled. It wasn't there. I just stared in the direction it should be coming from, waiting for it to show itself. It was probably merely seconds, but it felt like an eternity until the Howling Man finally appeared. It wasn't running at all. It was moving in the same creepy manner it moved previously, as if it didn't feel the need to chase me, which scared me more than ever. I stood up to face it with my gun aimed at its head. Hey, fuckface, here I am. Once again, trying to sound like a badass. The Howling Man cocked its head at me, still smiling of course, stopped moving. Dale, you need to get over here now. It's here. I'm here, Dale said, drawing his weapon, coming from just behind me. I heard the hammer cock back on his gun, prompting me to look over my shoulder, catch a glimpse of Dale. Lower your weapon, Ben. What are you talking about? Let's end this guy. I'm really sorry, Ben, but I need my boy's body so I can give him a proper burial and hopefully clear my name. Now, slowly lower your weapon. You fucking used me as bait? You piece of shit. Look, get down on your knees and slowly set the gun down in front of you. No funny business, Ben. I complied with his request, never taking my eyes off the Howling Man, who seemed to be enjoying this little interaction. Alright, here's the deal, monster. You can have him with no fight from me. I just want my boy. I want to give him a proper burial, and I will never speak of you again. You took my arm and my boy. I paid my debt. Look, you can't make a deal with that thing, Dale. What are you doing? It'll kill us both. Shut the hell up, Ben. I can and I will. Now keep quiet. So, what say you? Do we have a deal? The Howling Man made that clicking sound again, waving his long finger back and forth as to say to Dale has been naughty. Shouldn't have come here, Dale. As you said, your debt was paid, but now I fear you have gone bankrupt. All while the creature never stopped smiling, or even seemed to move its mouth at all. I ate your boy, and now I'm going to dine on your flesh. I thought you might say that, you ugly son of a bitch. In that split second, Dale had dropped his handgun and pulled out a sawed-off shotgun from under his coat and fired off a few rounds at the Howling Man. It all happened so fast. The creature was hit in the gut, and I saw it bleed. Just a brief moment, I saw it get hit, wince, bleed, and move quicker than I'd ever seen it move before. It was hurt. It can be killed, I thought. Dale darted out after it, leaving me there, still on my knees. I looked at my watch. It was 3:41. Only minutes left. I jumped up, grabbing my gun, and ran after Dale. We were running deeper into the woods until we came to a clearing, and I saw Dale stop dead in his tracks just ahead of me. "Stay back, Ben." As I approached Dale, I could see what had him frozen. It was a young boy lying on his back with what looked like a gunshot wound on his belly. Why did you shoot me, Dad? You let it get me. Now you've shot me? Why, Dad? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, son. Is it really you? Dad, please help me. I'm dying. Dale started to run towards what he thought was his son, but I knew better. Deep down, I think Dale knew better as well, but his grief had blinded him to the point that he thought he can reason with this thing. "Dale, don't! That's not your boy!" I attempted to stop him, but to no avail. He was already clutching him in his arms. Dale pulled the boy in as tight to his body as possible, with the boy's head pressed hard against his shoulder, just so I could see the boy's face. The boy's eyes were closed tight, but suddenly opened and were fixed on me. In an instant, the boy started to smile, that all too familiar grin, while looking directly at me as if to say, "Check this out." The Howling Man's mouth opened like a goddamn great white shark and bit the entire side of Dale's head clean off. Dale's screams were brief as the creature made short work of his head, all the while smiling at me with that "you're next" look in his beady black eyes. Fuck that shit, I thought, raising my gun and pulling the trigger repeatedly, expecting to light this fucker up, except nothing happened. Click, 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 not loaded. Dale gave me an unloaded gun. This motherfucker. I bolted back to the marker where Dale had dropped his gun before he unloaded the shotgun blast, picking it up and checking to make sure it's loaded, like one drawn out movement that made me actually feel like the badass I was pretending to be. The only difference was I was scared shitless. I glanced at my watch. It was 3:43. It's now or never. "Hey asshole, here I am. Come and get me." Before I could get the last word out of my mouth, it was there. I fired off 3 shots, with one hitting it in the shoulder. The creature flew back and retreated behind the tree. I heard it. Dale was right. I'm going to kill this thing. Now, it can be afraid of me. I looked at my watch, and it was 3:44. So, I summoned all my courage and ran at the howling man with both hands holding the gun, pointed forward like I was storming the beaches of Normandy, war cry and all. I could feel my heart racing with excitement, and for that brief moment, I actually felt like I had the upper hand. I had the howling man on the ropes, and I was about to unleash the death blow. No more pretending to be a badass. I am a badass. Just as I rounded the tree to face it, I was suddenly jerked upward off my feet into the air. I bounced up and down violently, so my momentum slowed, and I realized that my hands were bound together by rope, both somehow still clutching the gun. I surveyed my situation, and it appeared I was hanging a few feet off the ground in some sort of snare trap. Guess I found those other traps. I heard a familiar clicking sound coming from behind me. Burn, burn, burn. Quite the predicament you have found yourself in. Was this for me? One of Little Dale's toys? Whatever you are, I don't care. Go fuck yourself. All you had to do was keep quiet. You couldn't do that. But there is a price to pay. I have something special in mind for you, for all of this trouble you have caused. You almost pulled it off, Ben. I am a little impressed. It is time for me to go, and for you to pay your debt. The creature crawled on all fours under me, looking up at me from below my feet. Its mouth opened, unnaturally large, and it bit down hard at my ankles, completely severing my feet from my body. I could hear the crunching of bones and ripping of what I assumed were tendons as it tore my skin apart. You would think shock would immediately kick in and I would be numb to the pain. That is not what happened. I felt every tooth piercing my skin and ripped through me like a dull knife. Pain receptors were going off in my head like thousands of balloons being popped one to the other. I heard blood splash into the dirt as it went in for another bite, going all the way up to my knees, crushing its mangled teeth in my kneecaps. The pain was excruciating as I begged for anyone to help. Last thing I heard was a loud pop as my knee crushed its mouth, blacked out. Now, ladies and gentlemen,